on Sunny 101.3. Tonight, it's Class D1 District 1 girls basketball action on Sunny 101.3. Tonight, the number 1 and 2 ranked teams in Class D1 meet up in Pawnee City. It's the Sacred Heart Irish taking on the Freeman Falcons. Two teams have met twice this year. They've split the two games. Sacred Heart a 2-point win early in the year. Freeman a 3-point win in January. Two teams ready to square off tonight. The winner moves on to the state tournament. The loser goes home for the season. It's Sacred Heart and Freeman. We'll visit with Sacred Heart coach Dennis Pritchard coming up after this 2-minute timeout on Sunny 101.3.
Welcome back to the pregame. Irish girls and visit with Coach Dennis Pritchard about, well, let's go back in time a little bit. Dennis, it's been a couple of games already between these two squads this year, and you really couldn't have been any closer. You split the games. You won by 2 and then lost by 3 to Freeman. Revisit those games for us a little bit and tell us a little bit about them.
Well, the first time we went into it, we were at the Medecas tournament, and, I really thought that we really couldn't match up with them very well. They got some pretty good size, and they had a lot of success in volleyball, so I wasn't really sure what to expect. And then coming out of the game, I didn't think we had really played great basketball, and we ended up beating them. I'm sure they were feeling the same thing. So going into the conference final, we were a little more confident, and and then once again, I didn't think we played our best ball. So some of that, I think, is just two really good teams getting together, and when that happens, then you force the other teams into some mistakes, and they got that one and had a good first half and kind of got a big lead on us. But I thought our girls felt really good about our fourth quarter. We came back from 14 down to make it a close game and had a chance at the end of maybe tying it up and winning the game. So I think that left our girls with a lot of confidence, and I think we've continued to improve. So we're pretty confident going into tonight.
Mm-hmm. We talked about that last game over at Pawnee City. I mean, just I wouldn't have given you a great chance midway through the fourth quarter coming back in that ball game and getting it close there at the end. But boy, the girls fought back hard, and like I said, just off the glass into the basket and out, away from being tied. And who knows after that? Yeah,
I thought we finally started to do some of the things that we're kind of famous for doing the last few years. Really picked up the pressure defensively, and went full court with and had a lot of success with that. So we're just hoping that we can do that from the opening tip tonight and really give them some trouble, with some defensive pressure.
One of the things I looked at this year, of course, there's a couple of things everybody knew about Sacred Heart this year. Number one, Julie Freschel was going to be a good basketball player.
Right.
We knew that. We also knew you had a whole bunch of freshmen coming in that you were going to have to count pretty heavily on this year to do the job for you. I said, wow, 6 freshmen on this varsity roster, that's a lot. And then finally show up over at the Pioneer Conference, and I look at the Freeman roster, and I see 7 freshmen on their varsity roster. Even with the young girls you had years past, 6 and 7 freshmen, we get to this point of the year, that's a bunch.
Yeah, I think there's definitely 2 teams you're probably going to see in the mix for the next few years. But I feel like our freshmen have really come around really well this year, and have developed a little bit deeper bench than what I probably expected at the beginning of the year. I think we have Ashley Howard and Allison Weaver, and some of the other girls have really come along nicely. And Katie O'Grady, we knew would be a great player from the very beginning, and has stepped in and done a great job as a starter. But we feel like we're clicking pretty good right now as a team, and the chemistry's kind of there, even though we have the senior leader and then a lot of freshmen. I really don't think those girls are freshmen right now at this point in the season, and we feel like we're clicking pretty good as a team, and then we're working well really together. So we hope that can continue tonight.
All right, we'll come back and visit more with Coach Pritchard after this 2-minute timeout on Sunny 101.3. Welcome back to the pregame show. We're visiting with Sacred Heart coach Dennis Pritchard about tonight's district final with the Freeman Falcons. Dennis, I want to ask you something here. Now, don't take offense to this, but up at Auburn last week, towards the end of the game, folks up the fans going, Coach has gone crazy. He's got Julie Freschel sitting on the bench late in a ball game like this. You talked to me about it the day or so later, and getting those young girls in there in a pressure situation and getting them ready, I think, for tonight and maybe next week, hopefully.
Right. Well, we felt, even though the lead had been cut into, we felt the game was in hand, and we have a lot of confidence in all of our players. So, we knew that they could, do enough good things to finish the game up. So there's no need of putting some of our starters back in and And like I said that night, we can always looking to build some depth. And we didn't think we were at risk of losing the game. So it's nice to get some of those girls some time when it's not just mop-up time, when they have a chance to play under a little bit of pressure. And you never know when you might need that. When last year at the state tournament, the first night we had to go 10 deep because of some foul trouble. So if that should happen to come up again here and tonight and hopefully next week, then I think we're going to be ready for it.
Mm-hmm. How much different is your team now than the first couple of times you played Freeman, as far as the lineups you use, who you use, and when?
Well, I think we're deeper. I think we go down the bench a little bit further now, and I think that could be a big factor as we play the type of tempo we want to play, get up and down the court. I think we can bring in some girls that can give us some quality minutes and give some of the a Julie Freschel type person a little bit of rest here and there to make her have a more complete game as the night goes on. So I think that's the main difference, is we can go a little bit deeper on the bench. And I think offensively we've looked at tapes from the first two games, and we didn't really score the number of points that we normally like to score. So we've tried to kind of tweak some things so that maybe we can get some easier buckets, because they play a pretty tough 1-2-2 defense. So we've looked at some ways of maybe getting some better, higher percentage shots off of that, and have really worked on our defensive pressure. I think that's one thing that, as I talk to other coaches, they say that's really what you got to do with them. So we've really tried to improve that, and I think we've done that here towards the end of the year.
Well, the other thing I want to ask you about, and if you're making more players play here in this contest, when you start putting into some of those substitutions, your substitutions are getting bigger, which could be a key with Freeman. Yeah,
I felt like coming out of the second game that when we, with our substitution pattern, that we played a little bit better when we had some more size on the floor. So that's something we've been looking to do here in practices, is try to get a bigger lineup and get them working well together and knowing what each other's doing. So we're going to kind of mix it up and do a lot of things, but that's one thing that we think we can use to our advantage.
We'll be back and visit more with Coach Pritchard after this 2-minute break on Sunny 101.3. Tonight, the Freeman Falcons and Sacred Heart Irish are matching up in the D1 District Final at Pawnee City. That game will tip off here in a few minutes. Dennis, we're going to talk about these Freeman players. As I recall, in Pawnee City last time, they came out and they went to the big girl in the middle. When you got a girl to play that's 6'2", you got to love that as a coach.
Yeah, it seems like we're always on the short end of things, John, as we've gone past these few years, but yeah, we didn't feel like she was maybe one of their best quality players, so we did some things that to try to take away Busboom and some of their players that we think are really good athletes, and it ended up hurting us in the end, because she had 20 on us that night, I think, and came out, had a really good first half and knocked down some shots that we didn't think she was maybe capable of making. So we're going to have to go back to playing our more of a zone defense, where we're fronting and backing her and keeping her off the boards, and hoping that they don't get too hot with some of the other girls from the perimeter.
As far as Busboom, the game over Pawnee City, that's the one I saw. She got in some foul problems, and when you have a young lady that's as good of an athlete as her, I mean, you've dealt with this. Foul problems can be a tough thing to deal with.
their go-to players. So sometimes that kind of, messes up the chemistry of the team on the floor if that person isn't there. But, she's, when it's a big game, she's the type of player that can put 20, 25 points up on the board, and we want to keep her from having that type of game. And, we're going to try to make some of the other girls beat us and not let her get off and have a great night.
Will Freeman go as deep as you do on the bench?
I don't think so. I mean, they're playing really well here as late. They had a really nice sub-district tournament. But I felt from the two previous games that we're a little bit better as we go into the bench, and I don't think Coach Cook is near as confident with his younger players as I am. So we hope we can use that to our advantage.
Mm-hmm. I think you'll be one of the first to tell me your girls didn't play as well the last 2 or 3 weeks as we think they're capable of at this point. Tonight be a good night to turn it on.
Yeah, we're all hoping that they just kind of been going through the motions here lately to get to this point, and they're really going to get up for this one. But I mean, you never know. It's each night you come to the gym, you don't know which team's going to show up, and we're hoping that the one that has all players clicking is going to be on the floor tonight. All
right, we'll come back and visit a little more with Coach Pritchard after this 2-minute break on Sunny 101.3. Wrapping up our visit with Sacred Heart Coach Dennis Pritchard in the pregame show tonight. I just want to. We hate to do this early because we've been able to figure in the last couple of years we're just going to do this at the state tournament. But when you're playing number 1 versus 2 or 2 versus 3, whichever paper everybody reads, you never know how a game might turn out. I want to ask you a little bit about Julie Freschel. This her senior year, and we've been going through some of the numbers the last week or so. She's pretty much number 1 in about every category that we've looked at here. She's been a terrific player for you for 4 years.
Yeah, Julie's just flat out a great athlete. Probably the best athlete this school has ever seen, and and she's put together a nice run of 4 years basketball-wise, and I haven't put together her last year with her other 3. You're probably ahead of me on that, but I would say she's probably at the top, if not the leader, in most of our statistical categories in basketball. And she's just done a super job of competing and filling different roles. In the past year, she's kind of had to play a role where she wasn't the person who stepped up and did a lot of things. It was more balanced. And this year, she's really taken over a great leadership role and brought the freshmen along and really stepped up her game. Averaging close to 20 points a game and 8-9 rebounds a game. She's really picked up her numbers, and I think that's a credit to Julie to be able to kind of alter her personality with the type of team that is on the floor, and she's just been a super player to work with.
Mm-hmm. And she hasn't driven the coach quite as crazy as sometimes the last couple of years.
Well, she's done a real good job of staying out of foul trouble, except for a couple of games. I thought she's played a little bit smarter, and I hope she finishes things off well, because she, the last few state tournaments she's been in, she really hasn't played to her potential. So, just for Julie's sake, it'd be really nice if we could win this one and get her another chance.
Mm-hmm. Final thoughts heading into tonight's game? Anything special the fans can look for?
Well, I think it'll be a great game, and Coach Cook is he's famous for having good teams and teams that are tough down the this stretch of the year. So it'll be a great matchup. I just hope that we can do a little more things like we've done in the past with our full court pressing and get some steals, give us a little some higher percentage shots, and not let them get into their half-court game, and I think we'll be all right.
All right, Dennis, thanks for taking time to visit with us. Good luck, and hopefully we can visit next week in Lincoln.
Okay, thanks, John.
We'll be back with the rest of the pregame show after this 2-minute break on Sunny 101.3.
Sunny 101.3.
Good evening. Welcome to Pawnee City, where tonight is the Class D1 District 1 final between the Sacred Heart Irish and the Freeman Falcons. Good evening. I'm John Nixon along with Randy Gatula. Tonight it's a packed house. If you're on your way here, good luck.
John, it's going to be a full house, if not already. Not many empty seats left, and boy, the great basketball games just keep coming. After last night's contest, a 3-point loss for the Sacred Heart Irish. Disappointing, of course, for the Irish, but what a fantastic basketball game we witnessed last evening.
It was a terrific game last night, and we expect nothing less tonight. These two squads have met twice this year. Each team owns a 3-point victory over the other. In those contests in the first round this year, Sacred Heart won that one. I've got all the scores here somewhere. I got so many papers, I don't know what to do with them all. Is 55-52 and 58-55 have been the final scores. Freeman won the conference tournament here about a month ago right here on this floor against Sacred Heart, and the Irish they fought back from down late in that ball game, and Julie Freschel three-point try went off the backboard into the basket and out, or we'd have had tie in overtime that night.
John, in that contest, in fact, the Irish came from a 17-point deficit. They were down by as much as 17 in that ball game, came back and got to within 3 at the tail end. So a dandy basketball game there. I expect nothing less tonight. This is going to be a really tough matchup here. You can just tell watching these two teams. John, you and I see a lot of basketball through the year. You can just tell watching these teams warm up. These are good basketball teams.
You can see the skill level. I mean, they can do a lot of different things, and you can tell it doesn't matter if it's boys or girls. A lot of times watching the warm-ups, you can go, oh, we're in trouble tonight, or we're going to have a great one. And watching these teams, we've seen them before. We expect a great effort tonight. We'll take a 2-minute break, be back and talk about the starters after this timeout on Sunny 101.3.
Life in the Spirit. Sunny 101.3.
Welcome back here to Pawnee City. Let's take a look at who we expect to be seeing a lot of action from tonight. Let's talk about the starters first of all for the Freeman Falcons. They're coached by Ken Cook. Randy, you have any idea how many years he's been doing this?
That's a long while. I've been working the ball games over 25 years, and he was established in doing it when I started.
You were a small child when he started.
Played a little basketball against Ken Cook. He actually coached for a while there at Adams with the boys back when I was in high school. I can't think of the other guy's name right now. Way back when. And it's been a long while. That was 30 years ago right there.
Yeah. Well, let's take a look at his starting lineup tonight. The girls we expect to be in this lineup, they're a young team as well as Sacred Heart. Jamie Schlake is a 5'10 sophomore. Stephanie Verhusen is a 5'7 sophomore. There's a famous name from that area for basketball. Danny Busboom is a 5'11 freshman. Coach Pritchard says she's the best player on the floor for Freeman. Lindsay Remmers is a 6'2" senior, and she kind of beat up the Irish the last time here in the Pioneer Conference Tournament. The other starter is 5'10" junior Michelle Little. For Sacred Heart tonight, the Irish come in 22-2. The head coach, Dennis Pritchard. Sacred Heart has ran off 6 straight seasons now of 20 wins or more. Starting lineup tonight includes 5'8 freshman Katie O'Grady, 5'6 junior Sally Witt, 5'6 sophomore Cody Saposi, 5'9 sophomore Erica Flynn, and 5'10 senior Julie Freschel. And we know the Irish will get lots of action for 3 or 4 or 5 more players as well.
John, you mentioned Lindsay Remmers. As you were giving the starting lineup, I'm watching the warm-ups here for Freeman, and she was at the free throw line. What a smooth follow-through shot. Sometimes the big girl doesn't put the ball up that smooth. Nothing but string. That's scary.
Well, she had 20 points in the Pioneer Conference Final. She only scored 4 the night the Irish won. Danny Busboom had 22 the night Sacred Heart won. She had 12 the night that Freeman won. So it's hard to tell from that. Julie Freschel had 17 in one game and 21 in the next for Sacred Heart. So we'll kind of watch that. And there's so many different players. The scoring, you can't really draw any comparisons in the 2 games from that as to who was the high scorer, who was not. There's a lot of different weapons to go to.
John, a couple of minutes away here from getting started yet, but while we've got our basketball audience with us here on Sunny 101.3, we've got a couple of upcoming broadcasts we want to tell them about.
Well, Monday night we're going to be on the road to Wilbur, Nebraska, where it will be Humboldt Table Rock Steiner taking on Sutton. That game again is at Wilbur on Monday night, 7 o'clock, and we'll have a pregame show around 6:35 or so. Monday night we talked with Coach Knutson earlier today, and when you get to this point of the season, you got to do things in a hurry, so we got that one in the bank already. Tuesday night we will be in Cook, Nebraska to bring you the Nemaha Valley High School to bring you the Johnson Brock Eagles and the Sterling Jets. Those are the 2 squads that won last night. 2 of the top 10 teams in D1, Sacred Heart and Freeman, both knocked out last night. And even though these other 2 are top 10 squads, I guess if you look at it, you'd have figured it was going to be Freeman and Sacred Heart. But they both are sitting home now the rest of the season. squads that won last night. Two of the top 10 teams in D1, Sacred Heart and Freeman, both knocked out last night. And even though these other two are top 10 squads, I guess if you look at it, you'd have figured it was going to be Freeman and Sacred Heart. But they both are sitting home now the rest of the season. Well, that will do it for now. They're ready to start the lineups here. Give the lineups to this huge crowd on hand here at Pawnee City. And there's still people coming in the door. We're a little bit after 7 o'clock here by my watch already. I kind of felt sorry for the people putting the signs up on the way over here. I'm sure they blew over as soon as they drove away tonight. Everybody's getting lined up. There's still people walking between the bleachers here looking for places to sit. And I don't know if they're all going to find places to sit. We've both been here in years past, and they've locked the doors because there's too many people. You can get out, but you can't get in anymore, and we're getting close to that now.
Now they're finally just going to buzz the band down here. The bands keep playing, and the announcer ready to announce the starters. Not able to do that, John, because the bands won't stop. Here we go.
Again, the lineup for Sacred Heart tonight: Katie O'Grady, Sally Witt, Cody Saposi, Julie Freschel, and Erica Flynn. Freeman will have Jamie Schlake, Stephanie Verhusen, Danny Busboom, Lindsay Remmers, and Michelle Little. So
they're opening up the extra restrooms in the other building.
That's a crowd. That's how you know in a basketball game in Nebraska.
Well, they say they're going to do that at halftime because obviously no one's going to leave during the first half. Everybody's going to hold it till halftime,
right.
And then the restrooms wouldn't be able to handle this capacity.
You just take your chance on getting your seat back.
That's for sure. John, they're still filing in, and this is a capacity crowd. You and I have been here before when they've had to close the door, and it looks like we're on the edge of that happening right now because a lot of people standing out of the hallway, and there just flat out isn't any place else left to sit in this Pawnee City gym.
No, and if they tell us to squeeze together, we're, normally we usually have the best seat in the house, and we're usually not very crowded. Well, tonight, I'm not sure it's the best, but we're crowded, so it's kind of unusual.
The district finals coming your way live from Pawnee City High School. Randy Gatula and John Nixon, we're glad to have you along with us here on Sunny 101.3. Of course, on the line here, a trip to the state tournament once again, John.
The other teams that are playing tonight in this Class D1 district final night is Omaha Christian and Bancroft Rosalie. Friend plays Harvard. Harvard's been there kind of a thorn in the side of the Irish the last couple of years. Haven't been able to beat them, but they're in the finals again tonight. Osceola and Newman Grove are playing tonight. Humphrey St. Francis 21-0 is playing Osmond tonight up in Norfolk. Red Cloud and Pleasanton are matching up at Hastings. At Cambridge, it's Overton and Juanita Palisades. And out of Chapel tonight, Mountain Standard Time, Paxton's playing Potter Dix.
John, we'd like to take this opportunity to offer a great big welcome to all of our listeners up in the Adams and Freeman School District around that area, Western Johnson County, Southern Lancaster County. The Sunny 101.3 signal should be in there this evening, and we're glad to have you folks along listening. We are Sunny 101.3 in Falls City, Nebraska, KLZA. We're glad to have you with us also and hope you enjoy the broadcast this evening.
I'm still watching the door, and there's still people. I don't know where they're going, but they're still coming in.
Don, did you hang the banner up anywhere so folks can go out to the car and know where to listen?
Over there in front of all them people standing in front of it. That's the way it goes some nights.
They may be setting radio up out there pretty soon. If you can't get in, at least drive all the way to Pawnee City to listen to it, huh, John?
The starters have been introduced. We'll take a 1-minute timeout and be back with a tip-off on Sunny 101.3.
Falls City Care Center's care team takes time out to wish each member the very best of success on their trip to state. The ball players and the people who come out and support their efforts make up the team. And the Falls City Care Center wishes success to all the ball players, the proud parents, and the loyal fans. Like your team, Falls City Care Center's professional staff works together to provide the best of physical, mental, and spiritual care for your loved ones. Stop in and visit and share the joys of the game with the residents.
With a safe deposit box, you can rent peace of mind for only pennies a day. A safe deposit box is a great place to store your valuables. Rent some peace of mind. Rent a safe deposit box today. Richardson County Bank, member FDIC. Since 1880.
Sunny 101.3.
And there's the national anthem by the Sacred Heart Pep Band. The teams are huddled up with their coaches. And we are ready to roll, Randy.
Boy, John, we're packed in here like sardines. Folks now kind of filling in behind us here in the broadcast area. As John was mentioning earlier, it is going to be cozy. We've done about everything we can to prepare for the broadcast. The people are in. We're packed in. Those of you that couldn't make it, well, we're glad to have you along with us. The next best thing to be in there is to join us for the play-by-play, and we're glad that you could be along. The Sacred Heart Irish, 22-2 on the season. Freeman High, 21-3. They have 43 wins between the two teams, and one each of the losses were to each other. So that's the kind of a caliber of basketball teams that we have squaring off. The official set to step into the center circle. Here with the play-by-play is John Nixon.
Lindsey Remmers at 6'2" and a senior will jump it up against Julie Freschel, a 5'10" senior for Sacred Heart. Now they're waiting for the bands to get off the floor. Freeman's band over there to get, now there goes the tuba.
They got to move the drum sets out of there is what they've got to do. We don't want somebody to end up in a bass drum here, John.
There goes the drum. Now we're just about ready. Remmers at 6'2", Freschel at 5'10". I don't remember how it went the first time. I'd still take Julie Freschel, I think.
Best news so far, John, they just opened the doors behind us, let some cool air in here to keep it comfortable with this crowd.
Absolutely. And here's still people rolling in here. Now they're talking to one of the boats, says get that bandstand off the floor there. Well, we'll get it all squared away here in a minute. You get to this point of the season, a lot of different things to go on.
I won't miss those drums a whole lot, Chuck.
No, I won't either. That should keep it quieter during the timeouts, at least for us.
Now we're ready to get underway. Here we go, John.
Sacred Heart going toward the east basket, right to left on your dial here in the first half, and the ball is controlled. Nobody won the tip, but Busboom gets it for Freeman. And she'll give the ball in the backcourt to Schlake. Back to Busboom, left side. Going to the baseline. Fires up the first shot. Missed it off the rim. Rebound up and in and out. No good by a little. And the rebound to the Irish. And Sally Witt will give it to Katie O'Grady. Give it to Sally Witt. Now to O'Grady right side. Down to Saposi in the corner. Back out top to Sally Witt. Lobs it down to the left side for O'Grady. Cross court. Sally Witt open. Passed up the shot to Freschel. Beyond the arc and back out to Sally Witt. Sally Witt, a 5'7" junior, working the ball. Defender falls down, gets it to O'Grady. O'Grady working to the right side. Saposi open, fires. It's off the back. No, and the rebound controlled by Verhusen. Verhusen pushes it for Freeman on the right side, ahead for Schlake. Schlake inside. Remmers turns, fires. It's off the glass and good. Lindsey Remmers gets the first two of the night. And 1 minute into the contest, and right side, Saposi has it. Back out top, O'Grady. Skip it across to Freschel. Fake the three. Now dribble drive. Cuts in between a couple of defenders, and she will be fouled.
Now, Julie Freschel making that aggressive move to the hoop, and you really don't have a lot of choice. You either got to try and do something about it or she's going to score on you. Jamie Schlake that time just stepped up and is going to be charged with a personal, her first team foul.
Julie Freschel will go to the line to shoot two. First one is on the way. It's up, and it is good, and we've got a 2-1 ball game. Freschel over 400 points on the season this year. At the free throw line, Julie at 55%, and she hits them both, and we're tied up at 2 apiece. 2-2 ball game. And now, the other way, Freeman up the floor. The ball knocked loose, and it's in the hands of Remmers. Back out top with it is Schlake. Schlake will go to Busboom. She was in foul trouble the last time the two schools met. Right side again with it, Verhusen to Schlake. Back down in the corner, Verhusen looking inside, out to Busboom for three. Straight out in front, misses it short of the long rebound. Out on the side, comes down to Michelle Little. Little to Busboom, and she'll give the ball to Schlake around the right side. Verhusen from 16, way long, and the rebound controlled by Freeman, but then Busboom steps out of bounds. It'll be Sacred Heart basketball.
Thus far, Freeman with the rebounding advantage, 3-1 in the ball game.
Tie ball game, 2-2 here in the early going, and it's going to be O'Grady to the front court for Saposi. Out top to Witt. And now to Freschel, driving in, double team, kicks it left side. O'Grady looking underneath. That goes back out top to Witt, to Freschel on the baseline, dribbles in, sneaks between two defenders, and puts it up and in. Freshel's got 4, and the Irish have their first lead of the night, 4-2. At the other end, it's Busboom pushing the ball up, pulls up. Erica Flynn reached out, took it away. Her pass to Freschel, too hard, stolen away the other way. Verhusen Verhusen is controlled. High up jump ball will go to Sacred Heart.
Great job of reaching in there by Flynn to get a hold of that basketball. Actually ripped it away from Verhusen. The whistle stopped play with the jump ball.
To Sacred Heart. Katie O'Grady, the freshman point guard, lobs it left side for Witt into Freschel on the block on the left side. I don't know how she got it off. She did. Flynn, the rebound up, no, but a foul on the Freeman Falcons. Erica Flynn will go to the line to shoot 2. Foul will be called on Danny Busboom, the freshman, with her first foul, second team foul.
I don't know about anybody else out there, but Julie Freschel came to play tonight. You can see that in the early going.
Well, she don't want the season to end, it don't look like. Flynn ready, fires the free throw. It's up and it's good. The Irish 3 for 3 at the line to start the ball game. Sets herself off center a little bit at the free throw line. On the way up, too strong, and the rebound is out of bounds. Touched last by Cody Saposi. Remind me later, and I'll tell you Cody Saposi's problems before the game. It turned out to be fun, but it's irritating. Danny Busboom with the basketball, fouled by Cody Saposi as she reached in trying to get it. You know that wind we were talking about on the way up here?
Right.
Cody had all kinds of problems. She was getting out of her car to get on the bus, and the wind blew her locked door shut with her uniform inside tonight. So here's the other way we go. Little with the basket for Freeman. And we've got a 5-4 ball game. Sacred Heart still leading by a point. 5:08 to play, first quarter. Into Freschel, in the lane, shoots and missed it. Rebound, Little takes it away from the Irish. She'll wait for help and get it off to Schlake. Schlake to the front court, and Flynn knocks it away to Witt. Lobs it ahead, and the race to the ball is won by Verhusen. Good hustle by Verhusen, now gets it to Busboom. Freeman looking for the lead this trip. Schlake will work the ball. Now to Busboom again on the left wing. Back out top, Schlake to Busboom, working to the wing. All the way to the baseline and back out to Schlake. She'll come across the floor. Dishes it off there. Verhusen looks in the middle. Busboom underneath. Ball knocked away. The race to the ball won by Busboom. Gives it for Schlake. To the right side. Freschel knocks it away. Schlake has it. Goes to Verhusen. The Irish are closing down the middle. They can't get it inside to Remmers. And here's a shot on the way up. No good by Verhusen. Rebound. Who's got it? It's out of bounds. And we've got players on the floor. Witt and Little, it looked like might have hit heads there, Randy.
Pretty good collision underneath going after that basketball. The Irish will have it.
Katie O'Grady will bring it up the floor. 4 minutes, 6 seconds to go in the first period. A 1-point Irish lead to Witt on the left side. Splits defenders, throws it up off balance. Got her own rebound, goes up and got fouled. Foul, I believe, on Little from behind. That will be her first and the third team foul on Freeman. First sub of the ball game coming in for Sacred Heart. Kelsey Witt, a 5'5 freshman, will check in.
Past the midway point of the first period now, John. 3:58 showing on the clock. 5-4, Irish on top.
Sally Witt to shoot 2. The free throw on the way. A high arcing shot just off the mark on the front end. Kelsey Witt will check in for Cody Saposi. Kelsey Witt comes in. We'll look for the ball to go up from the outside if they can get her the ball in an open spot. Kelsey, or rather Sally Witt, will fire and hit it. She gets the second one. The Irish lead at 6-4 with 3:57 to play in the quarter. Now in the backcourt, Verhusen up the floor, guarded by Freschel, and Freschel knocked it away. Can she save it? No. Whoop. She went down there in our room.
At the hospitality room. Grab a hot dog?
I don't know. She'll have a cookie.
John, we can't complete the broadcast without thanking the folks for the hospitality here at Pawnee City High School. Great time.
Bring the ball in. Busboom for Schlake for 3, and it's up and good. And Jamie Schlake puts the first tray of the night up, and it's 7-6. Freeman with the lead. In the front, Freschel fakes the 3, drives, pulls up, 15-footer, no. The rebound to Little. Little to Schlake. Kelsey Witt forces her to the right side, cross court to Busboom. Busboom to the front court. Now back to Schlake in the circle at midcourt with 3:20 to play in the quarter. Verhusen into Remmers, spins off the glass, and it fell in. It hit the rim, went to the back, and it fell through. And now it is 9-6. Freeman with a 3-point lead. At the other end, Sally Witt bounces it into Flynn, and she gets a nice pass. The bounce pass is a thing of beauty. Flynn with her first basket. It's a 1-point game, 9-8 Freeman. Pressure by the Irish, knocked out of bounds.
They had Jamie Slake double teamed down there in the corner. She had to bounce it off one of the Irish.
Timeout called by Freeman. It's a 9-8 Freeman, and we're back in half a minute on Sunny 101.3.
Shop Hinky Dinky in Fall City for all your grocery needs. Hinky Dinky has the area's largest variety of groceries, fresh meats, produce, deli, and fresh bakery items. Check our ad each week in the Penny Press and Fall City Journal. You'll find big savings without the trip to the big city. Our employees are your friends and neighbors. We care about you, and we appreciate your business. At Hinky Dinky, you'll find the personal service that only a hometown store can provide. Shop Hinky Dinky, 1900 Harlan Street, Fall City. Sunny 101.3.
9-8 is our score. Sacred Heart trailing Freeman by 1 point in the early going. 2:55 to play. And here we go. The whistle sounds and Busboom will inbound. And here comes the Irish full court pressure for the first time tonight. Busboom in the middle. It's tipped. She gets it. Kelsey Witt knocked it away. Beerhusen has it. Back to Busboom on the right side. Busboom controls. Looking for help. Getting near a 5-second goal. Throws it away. Suppose he had it. It goes back to Busboom. And she'll fire from the free throw line. And it's up and good. Well, that kind of a fortunate basket for Freeman. It looked like the Irish might come away with the ball, but instead it's 2 more for Freeman. 11-8, Kelsey Witt left side for Katie O'Grady. Cross court, Sally Witt. Sally Witt drives through the middle, lost the ball, and a jump ball this time will go to Freeman. Cody Supposi checked back in the ball game for the Irish during the timeout.
John Freeman having trouble handling this full court pressure for the Irish. The Irish haven't yet forced the turnover, but they're really crossing them up.
Stephanie Beerhusen out into the ball game now is Laura Cruzy, another freshman for Freeman. In the front court, Schlake hands it off, and here's a shot up, and another friendly bounce for Danny Busboom, and now it's 13-8, Freeman by 5. Biggest lead of the night. Kelsey Witt to Katie O'Grady. Pass inside, knocked away. O'Grady gets it back. Lobs it out top. Inside, Freschel from Sally Witt. And Sally Witt with another assist and another bullet pass underneath. Busboom pushing it the other way for Freeman. Pulls up, looks for help. Leaves it to Cruzy inside. Rimmers, a rather little for 2 more. And now it is 15-10. Freeman with a 5-point lead. 90 seconds left in the first quarter. Witt on the right side. Supposi fires. It's a 3-ball. Up and good for Cody Supposi. She doesn't shoot a lot of those. Here's a whistle, a push foul on Sally Witt for Sacred Heart. She picks up her first, the second team foul on the Irish. Subbing in for Sacred Heart, it will be Erica Flynn back in the ball game. Ashley Howard will check in. Supposi and Sally Witt will sit down. In for Freeman is Sherry Weston. Sherry Weston, a 5'8 junior. Pass stolen by Flynn. Ahead now with the basketball to Howard, and she'll give it to Kelsey Witt. The Irish can tie or take the lead this trip.
There's that turnover we were looking for from the pressure.
Kelsey Witt to Katie O'Grady. Against the zone of Freeman, a 1-2-2 zone. Out top is Schlake working against O'Grady. She dribbles around her, gets the ball to Kelsey Witt, back to O'Grady. Under a minute to go, in for Flynn, and a foul on Little. Michelle Little picks up her second foul, and the Falcon fans have grown just a little bit.
Now Julie Freschel going aggressively after the pass thrown her way, and Little charged with a foul.
Second foul on Little. That will bring off the Freeman bench Neely Remmers, a 6-foot freshman. 56 seconds to go in the period. 15-13, Freeman by 2. Howard will inbound it to Kelsey Witt, give it to Freschel. Stutter step, threw it up. I don't know how she got it off. Flynn, the offensive rebound, the putback, no. And a foul on Remmers. Lindsay Remmers picks up her first foul. And Randy, the Irish are behind by 2, but they're starting to stack a few fouls up and maybe shake a little confidence in the Falcons.
Sacred Heart right now 4 out of 6 from the free throw line.
Erica Flynn, 1 for 2, has 3 points in the ball game. It's on the way, and it's good. That makes it 15-14. Freeman by 1. Freschel will check out for the final 49 seconds. And into the ball game, Allison Weaver, a 5'9 freshman for the Irish. Erica Flynn ready again. Can tie it with the free throw. It's on the way. And the friendly bounce on 3 sides. It goes, and we're tied at 15-15. it does. Up the floor the other way. Freeman pushes it through the Irish defense and wrap-around pass to Neely Remmers. Jump ball. Erica Flynn. Randy, she's had a really nice first quarter.
Flynn's doing a good job. Flynn's doing a good job defensively down there, getting her hand in right there again, tying them up.
In this game, I mean, 15-15, that's a bit of a surprise. They're putting that kind of points on the board. As good a defense as these two squads play. The Irish will bring it up the floor. O'Grady to the front, cross court now to Howard, now to Weaver. Inside O'Grady in the paint. Shot is blocked by Remmers, and a jump ball this time goes to Freeman. Katie O'Grady got in the middle, and that was Lindsay Remmers that blocked the shot. And now the Irish show that full court pressure. Freeman has 2 on their side of the floor against 1 defender at this point. The ball comes in for Weston. In the middle, knocked away by Howard, out of bounds. Sacred Heart basketball. No, excuse me, Freeman basketball. They say the Irish touched it last. I was looking at the Irish fans. They all thought they had the ball. I guess I called it that way. 70 Verhusen takes the inbound into the front court. Now with 23 seconds, tip stolen by Weaver. Weaver with the basketball goes to O'Grady on the right side. 15-15 tie. Howard with it, left side for Weaver. 12 on the clock. Howard at the free throw line needs to get out of there. Lost the ball, gets it to O'Grady, and no foul called. A lot of contact, no foul. And I'll tell you what, the biggest smile on the floor belongs to Sherry Weston. Randy, she knows she fouled her. Wow. It will be Freeman to inbound it with 7 seconds to go. Ahead now for Verhusen. She knocks Weaver down. No whistle. 3. The shot by Weston. No. We're tied at 15 after 1 quarter of play in this D1 district final. We're back in half a minute on Sunny 101.3.
Good things come in threes. And at Miller Monroe in Fall City, you'll find 3 businesses under their one roof. And with 3 experienced, friendly agents to serve you, how could you go wrong? Let Mike Simon, Brent Elliott, or Steve Kotick help you with investments, insurance of all kinds, or real estate. With over 100 combined years of experience, if you don't know investments, insurance, or real estate, know your agents. Call Miller Monroe Insurance in Fall City, where good things come in threes.
Sunny 101.3.
8 minutes up on the clock. We're ready to go in the second quarter. Oh, it didn't get much accomplished during the first period. 15-15.
Kind of an important thing there. Coach Dennis Pritchard able to rest those starters the last minute and a half or so of the quarter. And Freeman didn't have that luxury. They left their ball players on the floor. Let's see what happens now when those starters are back in the ball game to start the second period with fresh legs.
The Irish will go deeper than Freeman will in the contest as far as players go. Sacred Heart 6 out of 8 in the first quarter at the line. Freeman didn't get there in the first quarter.
Original 5 starters now. Grady, Witt, Supposi, Freschel, and Flynn in the ball game to start the second period.
Sacred Heart basketball. Sally Witt looking to inbound it, and a 5-second call. Katie O'Grady out there by herself. The pressure defense gets the turnover for Freeman. O'Grady couldn't shake loose, and Freeman gets the ball. Schlake to the front court. With it to Busboom, drives in, pulls up, 10-footer, missed it, rebound, Flynn. Flynn walked with the ball, trying to get out of there, trying to get the pass off, and back-to-back turnovers by the Irish. You won't be able to do a lot of that tonight. Inbounding will be Busboom, the freshman for Freeman. Schlake out here all alone, and they give her the ball. She'll fire it up, missed it, and the rebound to O'Grady. She didn't miss by much. Flat shot that fell in the hole, but bounced out. O'Grady, right side, Supposi, 18-footer, missed it. Remmers with the ball. Freschel went up after, tried to knock it loose, couldn't. And now it'll be Verhusen to the front court. Up the floor with it to Schlake. Schlake with the basketball, cross court. Busboom drives down, pulls up, 15-footer is good, and Freeman takes the lead. 6 points in the game now for Danny Busboom, the freshman. At the other end, it will be Freschel through the defense and got a blocking foul on Verhusen that time. Her first, team foul number 6 on Freeman here in the first half.
Freschel with a great move on Lindsay Remmers. Just left her standing there counting her change.
17-15 Freeman. The inbound to O'Grady in the middle, and nobody home that time, and it will be Freeman with another steal. Schlake to the front court, underneath to Little. Little was fouled by Erica Flynn, tried to reach in and take another one away, picks up her first foul, team foul number 3 on the Irish. So again, Freeman will inbound. Busboom with 6 points, the leading scorer in the ball game for Freeman. Fresh will knock the inbound back out of bounds, and again, Busboom will try to inbound it for the Falcons. Busboom ready, brings the ball in for Lindsey Remmers, the 6'2 senior. Give the ball to Veerhusen. Veerhusen to Busboom on the baseline, works the ball back out. Supposey knocked it loose. Supposey back to Busboom. Shoots for three. It's way long, and Little tried to save it in, but she stepped on the line. The Irish will get the ball back. The 6:43 to go in the half. 17-15 Freeman. Witt inbounds for O'Grady. 1-2-2 zone by Freeman. Witt with the ball. Goes up in the air to Freschel on the block. Left side. Turns. Shoots across the rim and goes. Little with the rebound. She's having a big night, it looks like, rebounding the ball. Busboom to the front court. Supposey tried to set the trap, and she gets it off to the middle of the floor to Veerhusen. Back to Schlake and to Busboom. Drive and baseline. Pulls up. Wheels back out to the sideline in the middle. Veerhusen from 14 feet. No, and the rebound to Flynn again.
Flynn just had position on Lindsey Remmers that time. Just boxed out and did a great job.
Give it off to O'Grady up the floor. Spins. Free throw line. Leaves the ball there for Witt to Freschel. 3 ball. Too strong. The Irish are forcing them a little bit at the offensive end right now. Busboom to the front court. Pulls up. Gives the ball cross court now for Veerhusen. Back to Schlake. She'll run the ball around to the right side to Veerhusen. They're daring her to shoot. Passes it up. Busboom will take it from 18. Missed it. Rebound Supposey. Had it knocked away. Got it back up the floor. Pulls up. Waits for help. Good idea there. O'Grady with it on the right side. Supposey for three. Way outside. Missed it. Flynn had the rebound. It's taken away. And it's a breakaway for Schlake at the other end. They get the layup. Timeout, Sacred Heart. We'll be back in half a minute on Sunny 101.3.
For most of us, lifelong learning is the key to a successful future. Peru State College is ready to meet your educational needs. Whether it be a program of study in business, science and technology, education, or the humanities, Peru State College is ready to go to work for you. If you are interested in information about classes on PSC's main campus or at one of the regional sites in Falls City, Beatrice, or Nebraska City, call 1-800-742-4412. Peru State College, the right place, right now. Sunny 101.3.
5:21 left in the first half. It's 19-15. Freeman with the lead. Sacred Heart has the basketball. See what Coach Pritchard has come up with. That's the first timeout taken by the Irish in the ball game. O'Grady to the front court to Supposey. Out top to Freschel, working the right side. In for Flynn. A nice pass. Couldn't get the layup to go. Rebound to Lindsey Remmers. Ahead is Schlake. A good attempt by Veerhusen. Led her just a step too far, and it's out of bounds, but that's good aggressive play. Sacred Heart will get the basketball with 5 minutes to go in the first half, trailing 19-15. It was tied at 15 at the quarter stop. Witt to Freschel, left wing. Cross court, O'Grady. Right side, Witt, and a defender jumps by her, shoots, misses. Rebound, Freschel puts it up too strong. Put up again by Supposey. She missed it, and the rebound to Remmers. Give the ball to Veerhusen, and she walks with the basketball. She saw the trap coming. Now Dennis Pritchard says, relax, girls.
John Sacred Heart with only 5 offensive boards so far. They got 3 of them this last trip down here and came away empty-handed.
Sacred Heart a little bit tight right now. They've forced some shots. Inside Flynn, in the middle, fires, and got it to go. Erica Flynn with the basket has 7 points. She is the high scorer in the ball game for either team at the moment.
First 2 points of the quarter for Sacred Heart.
Busboom at the other end has it knocked loose by Supposey, and it will be Freeman basketball as it goes out of bounds on the baseline. Still people coming in.
John, the Irish played over 3.5 minutes in this quarter and went scoreless here in the second period. They just got their first 2.
And they're still within 2 points. Supposey and Sally Witt sit down. Into the ball game for Sacred Heart, Ashley Howard and Kelsey Witt, a pair of freshmen. Busboom brings it in on the right to make it left side for Schlake. Down to Busboom for 3. In and out, no. Rebound to Flynn. Flynn to O'Grady. Katie O'Grady coming up the floor. O'Grady sees an opening down the boulevard. Miller, count it, and she'll go to the line. She saw the crack just as she crossed midcourt, Randy, and she was able to get it there. A lot of times with that much room, that little seam will close, but it didn't.
And John, Kelsey Witt and O'Grady, that's a pair of freshmen bringing that ball down the court. O'Grady takes it to the hoop, just a freshman.
Katie O'Grady with her first basket of the night. The Irish need her to shoot some. Free throw up and good, and Sacred Heart takes the lead, 20-19. At the other end, Busboom pushing it up the floor. Flynn tries to stop her. She missed the shot. Rebound to Kelsey Witt. Kelsey Witt's going to slow it up just a little. Everybody back to O'Grady from 15, right side. Oh, in and out, no. Rebound foul on Erica Flynn. I'll tell you what, Erica Flynn has 2 fouls, but Randy, this is the best game I've seen her play.
Both ends. Erica Flynn doing a great job defensively and also outstanding down here on the other end.
That is team foul number 4 on Sacred Heart. Flynn will sit down, and she probably does need a quick breather anyway at this point. So those 2 fouls, the Irish can bring some girls in that size in that position. Baseball pass up the floor. Weaver steps up, makes the steal, gives it ahead to O'Grady on the side, and she's forced out of bounds. Again, smiling is Sherry Weston.
She pushed her out of bounds without a doubt, and you can hear the reaction of the Irish crowd to that one.
20-19, the Irish by 1. Well, you never know. Cross court with it, Laura Cruzy for Freeman, who's in the game along with Weston now. Weston to Little at the free throw line, out to Schlake, fires, and it looked like Kelsey Witt got a piece. Weaver the rebound, had it knocked loose, jump ball goes to Freeman again. Bodies on the floor, chasing the loose ball. A 1-point Sacred Heart lead, and now inbounding it will be Laura Cruzy, a 5'11 freshman for Freeman. She's got Schlake out top, gets it to her at the top of the key, left side. Weston with it, had it, lost her dribble, and gets it out to Schlake. Schlake comes to the right side with the basketball to Weston, back across court. Holding the ball there is Weston, and he goes up, shot rejected, taken away by Ashley Howard.
Howard blocked the shot and then grabbed the loose basketball.
Kelsey Witt, front court to Howard, to Freschel on the wing. Out top, Kelsey Witt, 3 ball, zip, it's through. Got knocked to the floor, but gets the three-pointer. Kelsey Witt from the outside, the Irish up 4, and a foul on Julie Freschel, who didn't like the call. Her first foul of the ball game, going for that steal. No, he's here tonight, Randy.
Great, good news.
Yep. First time this season. We're talking about Dan Fresh. We talked about it a couple of weeks ago. He's home listening in his ugly shirt, but he's here tonight.
Getting to see daughter Julie play here.
And the ball knocked loose. Here's a knockaway stolen by O'Grady and a reach-in foul. Finally, a foul on Sherry Weston. Randy, that could very easily be 3 on her, and she'd be the first one to admit it.
Weston could have been charged with assault across the way there a while ago, and there was no flag, no whistle, rather. She got, I say flag, yeah, it could have been a tackle.
Well, that's pretty close. 1-and-1 opportunity now for the Irish. Katie O'Grady will go to the free throw line. Busboom back into the ball game along with Verhusen for Freeman. Schlake will sit down. That foul on Weston, her first team foul number 8 on Freeman. Katie O'Grady, 1-and-1. It's up, and it's good. A champion free throw shooter. Into the game for the Irish comes Cody Saposi for Julie Freschel, with 2:44 to go in the period.
Irish 8 out of 10 from the free throw line thus far, John.
24-19 the score. The Irish with the lead. O'Grady up and good again. Nothing but string. She's got 5 in the game, all here in the quarter. The Irish up by 6. The other way, Busboom pushing it up. It's a 3-on-1. Pulls up, blocked by Weaver. Loose ball in the middle. Little has it, and a 2-shot foul. Little got knocked to the deck hard. Well, there's going to be a lot of contact in this one. I assume it was Allison Weaver.
On Ellison, her first personal.
Team foul number 5 on the Irish, and Little to the free throw line has 4 points.
First free throw attempt of the ball game for Freeman.
Free throw on the way. It's up. Did that bank in? I thought so. I didn't. She might have called it. Weaver, the foul. Little, the first free throw is good. Sets herself. Second one on the way. Up and good. That one looked a lot better. She's got 6 points in the game.
Free throws the difference so far, John. The Irish 9 of 11, Freeman 2 out of 2.
Here's the ball knocked loose, and Beerhusen wins the race for the ball, looking for help on the right side. Gives it to Remmers. Back out to Little, and now to Busboom. Right side, inside Remmers, fouled by Allison Weaver. She got the shot to go. It will not count. Allison Weaver with her second foul. Team foul number 6 on Sacred Heart.
John, maybe not a bad place for Allison Weaver to spend a foul there. If she doesn't foul, Lindsay Remmer turns and has the sure 2 points.
Well, let's see how your prognosticating was from the pregame. See how she does here. Remmers at the line has 4 points in the ball game and make it 5. That was the 7th team foul, excuse me, so it was a 1-and-1 opportunity. 25-22, 2:17 to go in the half. It's on the way, rattles and goes. 25-23, Sacred Heart by 2. Kelsey Witt up the floor for Sacred Heart with the ball. Right side, Saposi, back to Kelsey Witt. Out top, Howard. Her pass knocked out of bounds by Cruzy, and it will be Sacred Heart ball right in front of the Freeman bench, in front of us, on the north side of the floor. Howard inbounding to Weaver. Allison looks, goes to Kelsey Witt, right side, Saposi. Driving in, back out top, Howard. Left side for O'Grady. Starts to move, dishes, Kelsey Witt for 3. No. Rebound brought down by Little. She's having a big night on the boards. Get the ball to Busboom, the freshman, working it up the floor to a double team. Now gets the ball away for Beerhusen. Beerhusen, Busboom for 3. Missed it wildly off the mark. O'Grady picks the ball out of the air and gets it to Kelsey Witt. A 2-point Sacred Heart lead with 1:35 to go in the half. Saposi out to Kelsey Witt. Kelsey Witt will back up to the midcourt circle. Off the right side, Saposi again inside Allison Weaver. Up she goes, and it's good. The freshman with her first bucket of the ball game, and the Irish are up 27-23.
John, the Irish depth showing here. Some of these players coming off the bench doing a pretty good job.
Foul on Kelsey Witt as Busboom tried to back up. Kelsey got her from behind, her first foul, team foul number 8 on the Irish. Now Busboom will walk the other end, a 1-and-1 opportunity. Freschel coming back in for Sacred Heart with 1:15 to play in the first half. As coach, somebody's got to come out. Who do you want me to get? Ashley Howard checking out. Randy Freeman has substituted a couple of girls, but they haven't spent a lot of time on the floor. Late in this game, we'll see. Free throw by Busboom. No. Remmers the rebound. No. Rebound tipped. It's out of bounds. Touch glass. It goes off the foot. It looked like of Allison Weaver, and that's the way they called it. The Irish don't agree with the call. Into the contest again, Jamie Schlake for Freeman. Busboom will trigger it in. Looking, gets it into Schlake on the right side in the corner. She'll give to Busboom, drives in, shoots from 15, no. Rebound, Freschel. Freschel's going to wheel for the first time tonight, coming up the floor on the left side. Working to the middle, stops, and goes down the boulevard, threw it up short, got her own rebound now on the deck, and it's going to be a jump ball. That's a break for the Irish because Freschel and Weaver had the ball running. It should have been called traveling. Looked to me like traveling should have been the call, but the Irish maybe catch a little break here, see if they can turn it into 2 points. Inbounded, Saposi in the corner, out top to O'Grady with 48 seconds to go in the half. Saposi dribbles in, out to Kelsey Witt. 3 ball, up and got it again. Kelsey Witt with 6, and the Irish are up 30-23. Freeman pushing it up the floor. Schlake inside, Remmers turns, fires off the glass. No. Rebound out of bounds. The Irish got their second straight break. I thought Allison Weaver touched it last.
Sacred Heart now with a 7-point advantage. 30 seconds to play. Nobody down here to help Kelsey Witt with the basketball.
Now we'll send a bunch of whoops. Allison Weaver and Katie O'Grady run into one another. Allison comes out of the ball game. A 7-point Sacred Heart lead. I'll bet that's the biggest lead of the night. I haven't had time to look yet.
Definitely.
29 seconds, and Freschel will work the ball up the floor. 1-2-2 zone applied by Freeman. They've been in that defense pretty much the entire evening. The Irish going to play and let the time run off the clock. 18 cross court for Kelsey Witt. Working the ball on the right side. Coach Bridger says just hold it. Now give it to Freschel. 11 on the clock. Now they'll move with 10. O'Grady with it, 8-7. They're still at midcourt, 6-5. Down the right side, Kelsey Witt. Inside, it's loose. And a shot out by Supposi, and it won't go. Sacred Heart almost turned it over, but it's a 7-point halftime lead for the Sacred Heart girls against the number 1 team in the state, the Freeman Falcons. At halftime, Sacred Heart ranked number 2 in the state. We'll take a 2-minute break and come back and tell you what we saw in the first half on Sunny 101.3.
And now an overview of the delivery of messages throughout history. The American Indian commonly used the...
Sunny 101.3.
30-23 at halftime. Sacred Heart with a 7-point lead. Randy, if you're a Sacred Heart fan, you got to feel good about being up by 7, but you got to be awful nervous about being up by 7.
I'll tell you, these are two good basketball teams, and this basketball game is far from over. I'd rather be 7 up than 7 down, obviously, here at halftime. Taking a look at the individual scoring and how it went in the first half of the ball game. First of all, for the Freeman Falcons, a really balanced scoring attack. Danny Busboom with 6 points, also adding 6, Lindsey Remmers. Michelle Little with 6 points, and Jamie Slake with 5 points for their total of 23. 6, 6, 6, and 5. You can't divide it up much more evenly than that. Almost the same story for the Sacred Heart Irish at the half with 30 points. They're led by Erica Flynn. Flynn with 7. Right behind is Julie Freschel adding 6. Kelsey Witt with 6 on a pair of trays. 5 points for Katie O'Grady. Adding 3 points was Cody Supposi. 2 points for Allison Weaver. And Sally Witt had 1 for the Irish total of 30 points. The difference, John, at the free throw line, the Sacred Heart Irish went 9 out of 11 in the first half. The Falcons went 4 out of 5. 4 for 5 from the line for the Falcons. In the rebounding department, a lot more even than you might expect. The Irish with 12 rebounds in the first half, 13 rebounds for the Freedom Falcons. And the Falcons, John, had 10 defensive boards, so they were not giving the Irish a lot of second shots. But then, of course, the Irish didn't need a lot of second shots. Those freshmen were popping it up there. Kelsey Witt with a pair of trays from out at the top of the key. I think the key to what I saw here in the first half, John, is the fact that Coach Dennis Pritchard had a chance to rest his ball players a lot more than did the Freeman Falcons. He got some people on the bench, got them a chance to get their legs under them and catch their breath. It's obvious right now, to me anyway, it looks like the Irish have more depth.
Yeah, that's the story we're watching here as the game develops, especially in the fourth quarter. The Irish will go 8, 9, 10 deep if they have to. We don't know just how deep. Coach Ken Cook will be able to go for Freeman. We'll take another 2-minute timeout and be back on Sunny 101.3.
The staff at Midland Villa Nursing Home.
30-23, Sacred Heart by 7 at halftime. A reminder, coming up, 2 district finals next week, Monday night, Tuesday night. On Sunny 101.3 Monday night, Humboldt Table Rock Senior takes on Sutton. That game at Wilbur, 7 o'clock tip-off will be on the air about 6:35 or so coming up on Monday night. Tuesday night, Johnson Brock in Class D1 taking on Sterling. That game at Nemaha Valley High School in Cook, Tuesday night at 7 o'clock.
John, before we break away, let's have some fun here again with our fans listening up in the Adams area. Do us a favor. Call a friend up around Adams who may not be aware that the game is being broadcast tonight. Tell them to tune their FM radio to Sunny 101.3 KLZA in Fall City. They can enjoy the second half along with you. We'd love to have them along with us. The more the merrier, John.
30-23 at halftime. The Irish lead by 7. We'll be back with the second half after this 90-second break on Sunny 101.3.
101.3.
Coming up on the second half here tonight at Pawnee City, I'm John Nix along with Randy Gatula getting ready for the second half. Randy, the fans are so excited. They walk by and they can't help it, so they want to come over and visit with us about the basketball game.
And we've had the battle of the bands throughout the entire halftime here. Both schools, of course, brought their high school bands here to try and fire up their teams. 30-23 your score. The Sacred Heart Irish up by 7. We were tied at 15 after one quarter, and then the Irish came on and outscored them 15-8. So a good second period for Sacred Heart. And not only did they outscore them 15-8, as we said, Coach Dennis Pritchard able to rest some of his starters, and that's something the Falcons weren't able to do.
We'll see. I bet we don't get started on time here in the second half either. Never thought of that.
Now they're going to have to pack up all the drums and all the cymbals and all the music stands and get them back off the floor. Both bands set all this stuff up out here, the trap set and everything, out on the floor during the half. And, of course, the officials, so that no one gets injured, ask them to move that. And then add to that all the people trying to file back into the gymnasium. Walking in, there are people out on the playing floor. They're going to have to clear that out before we can begin once again.
They're working well, you can't get in the door for the drum going out. Now we'll have a little delay.
It's interesting how many people are oblivious to the fact that there's a basketball game going on. They're walking out onto the floor.
Oh, we've started. Schlake has the ball for Freeman into the front court. Ahead to Verhusen, back to Schlake. Cross court, Busboom went up the ladder to get it. Now back to Schlake with the ball. Inside pass, knocked away Erica Flynn, then she tripped, and the ball taken away by Freeman. To Busboom on the baseline, fires it up, and got a good friendly bounce that time. Game, and we have a 30-25 game, the Irish with the lead. Sally Witt with the ball inside Freschel, posts up, spins, and got it. Fell down in the lane, but got the basket.
John, you just aren't going to stop Julie Freschel on that.
32-25, Sacred Heart. Busboom answers at the other end. It's around the rim, no good. Flynn with the rebound. Outlet for Freschel. Chance to run. Freschel coming up the floor, backing in, leaves it for Sally Witt, lost the ball, but it goes to Katie O'Grady. O'Grady with the basketball, working the ball to Saposi on the right side. Saposi back to O'Grady. She didn't see it coming, and it goes to Freschel. The Irish are living right at the moment. Freschel splits defenders and went around one, and Coach Pritchard again, big smile on his face, talking to the referees, saying, you know, I think you might have missed that. But he didn't call it.
They aren't used to seeing those kind of moves. That's the thing.
No, that's exactly it. A lot of times when Julie Freschel's in the ball game. Busboom. The Irish showing pressure at midcourt. Saposi stops her. She goes to Schlake. Schlake to the right side with the bounce pass down to Verhusen. Back cross court to Little. Little with it. Busboom will fire. No, across the rim. Freschel tipped it away. And who has it? It is still loose. Flynn has it. Her pass tipped away. She got it again and goes to O'Grady. And Katie O'Grady tried to make the pass up the floor and trapped it, Randy.
But credit Erica Flynn again with just a super job defensively. That young lady is having herself a ball game.
Yeah, I don't know what. She's playing very aggressive basketball, and the Freeman fans want to see it go inside. Little with it, cross court, knocked loose by Freschel, and then she got caught between a couple of defenders and travels with the basketball. These aren't, I mean, they're great steals. You can't fault the girls for Sacred Heart for turning it over. They're trying to make good plays and just getting the pretty good defense against it. And with it, goes to Little. Free throw line, shoots, missed it. Rebound, Busboom. A lot of contact with Witt. No call. The basketball goes in the hole, and it's now 32-27. Sacred Heart by 5. Cross-court, Freschel up the ladder to get it. Three-point, no. Fakes, drives, gives it over to O'Grady. Down on the right side, Sally Witt. Back out top to O'Grady. Freshman backs up, now works around a defender. Right side, Saposi from 18. It's short. Flynn, the rebound, open up, missed it. Rebound tipped, and it goes to Saposi. Her pass to Sally Witt, who corralled it to Saposi from 10. It's up and good.
Saposi got mugged under there and did a good job of getting regaining her composure and putting the shot in.
They're living right, Randy. Some things are going their way. Busboom ahead with it to Schlake, or rather to Verhusen. No foul on the rebound against Freeman. Foul will go on Michelle Little. That's her third foul. First foul of the half. Timeout Freeman, and we're back in half a minute on Sunny 101.3.
If you've never been to Brinkman Brothers, your Buick Oldsmobile Pontiac Chevrolet dealership, you're in for a great surprise when you visit the Courthouse Square in Tecumseh.
So what's the big surprise? Brinkman Brothers has a showroom big enough to fit 15 new General Motors vehicles in without cramping anyone's style. You can leisurely look around no matter what the weather's like outside. Brinkman Brothers, in business for over 40 years, where personal service after the sale is important as the sale.
Sunny 101.3.
Randy, the Falcons girls didn't stay in there very long.
Coach Ken Cook, not a happy basketball coach over here right now, admonishing his girls to get involved in the basketball game, to quote him exactly.
Well, we'll see what happens. And a lot of times when you get two really good teams together, Randy, they make each other look bad. Now, we've seen a little of that in this one, I think.
I'll tell you, the thing that's standing out in my mind right now, the defensive play of Erica Flynn. She's been a difference maker here tonight.
Sally Witt with the inbound pressure shown by Freeman. They get it to Freschel to the Irish, and running out at her is Little, and Freschel called for the traveling violation. So that'll make Coach Cook a little happier, and the frustration switches down the floor to Coach Pritchard now. Schlake up the floor to the front court with the basketball. Gets it there to Verhusen. She'll fire. Missed it. Rebound up and no good by a Little. Remmers got the rebound and puts it up and in. She has 8 now in the ball game. It's 34-29. Sacred Heart by 5.
Remmers could have easily been called for coming over the back there.
4:53 to play in the third. O'Grady with the basketball, cross court to Witt. The defender went by into Freschel, and it's blocked out by a Little. O'Grady went for the steal, goes into the stand, couldn't make the save, and good hustle, good job by Freeman that time. Now the Falcons will bring it in. Segenhart looking to set that trap up the floor to Busboom now with the pass. Busboom gives it back to Schlake. Works across the floor to the right side to Verhusen. Back to Schlake, back to Verhusen. Fires, and it's good. It's a two-pointer by Stephanie Verhusen. Her first 2 of the night. It's 34-31. Here comes the number 1 team back to within 3. Out top, Witt, left side, Freschel. Driving, and out on her is Remmers to O'Grady from 18. Off the mark, no. Rebound, Remmers ahead for Schlake. And across court, Sally Witt knocked it loose, but it comes down to Busboom. Missed it. And the rebound, a jump ball. Flynn got in there, got it, and she and Busboom tie up, and a lot of frustration shown.
Erica Flynn, between 2 defenders, went up and somehow came out of there with a tie-up. Again, a good effort. I know it sounds redundant, but you got to see the performance she's putting on defensively.
Julie Freschel will take the inbound. Kelsey Witt in the ball game, and Ashley Howard in for the Irish. Witt on the right side with it, out to O'Grady. Out top, Howard to Freschel. Into Howard, goes up, and she will be fouled by Jamie Schlake. And Randy, that play right there bothered me just a little bit, and the Julie Freschel looked a little bit timid in taking that 3 because she was wide open. Ashley Howard will go to the free throw line, her first chance there tonight. It's 34-31, the Irish by 3. They've led by as many as 7 in the third period. Howard's free throw up, and the Irish continue to be hot at the line.
Sacred Heart now 10 out of 12 from the line.
35-31, Sacred Heart. Howard ready. Deep knee bend. It's on the way, and it's off the back. No, Freschel, the rebound goes up, and it's blocked, but a foul on Remmers. Well, she wasn't timid that time.
Julie Freschel aggressively going after that missed free throw. Remmers got up in front of her, committed the personal, and you'll have Freschel at the line. She'll be shooting 2 shots, John.
Julie Freschel is Sacred Heart's career scoring leader, career free throw shooting leader, career leading rebounder. Free throw is up and good. You name it, and she is close to the lead. Steals, high in the top 5 in assists, all time and everything. 1 of 2, missed the second one. The rebound a Little. It's a 5-point Sacred Heart lead, 36-31. Get the ball to Verhusen in the front court. Back out top, Schlake, and now Busboom left side. Fires from 12. It's up, no good across the rim. And everybody fighting for the rebound. Freeman got it, and then Verhusen steps out of bounds.
John, I'd like to see the shooting percentage from the field for the Falcons. They're not hitting that well tonight. A lot of missed shots that should be falling.
And they're missing a lot of the inside shots as well. O'Grady working the ball right to left over to Kelsey Witt. The officials look at one another for help and just made a call that time. They didn't know. Kelsey Witt, they thought might have got a hand on it, but either one made the call, so the Irish will get the ball.
Kelsey shook her head no. I'm sure she
That helped.
cleared that up for the official.
Busboom out of the ball game, in for Freeman, Laura Cruzy. O'Grady will work it out top with the basketball. Looks to the left side, now gets it down. Kelsey Witt intended for her, and stepping out, Freeman. They're quick. Knocking the ball loose, Stephanie Verhusen, and Howard will inbound it again for the Irish. Looking for help. And gets it in finally to O'Grady. Boy, that was close. That was
Longest 5 seconds in history.
It was the longest 4.5 seconds in history. Kelsey Witt now with the basketball. 3 minutes to go. Cross-court pass tipped by Verhusen, intended for Freschel in the corner. 3:01 left in the third quarter. Sagard up 36-31. The winner goes to the state tournament. Howard inbound into Flynn. Fires, 6-footer up, and it falls in. Erica Flynn with 9. And it's 38-31. The lead back up to 7 for Sacred Heart. And the ball knocked loose. Freschel went for the steal. Knocked out. Freeman ball.
Freschel and O'Grady had Verhusen pinned down there in the corner. Double team trapped, and the ball got away out of bounds. Falcons will have it back.
Cruzy will inbound to Schlake. Trapped in the back. Gets it ahead to Verhusen into the front court. Up the floor, right wing. Looks back, gives it to Schlake. Schlake cross court for Cruzy. Back to Schlake. High post with it is Little. It's knocked loose. Who's got it? Ashley Howard has it. 1-on-3. Good decision. Stop. Waited for a guard. The Irish fans applaud that effort. That's a smart play. Wise move. O'Grady working the ball to the front. Right side, Kelsey Witt for a 3. A long 3, and Freschel out of nowhere comes up with the loose ball and puts it up and in. She has 11 in the game.
Do you charge Witt with a missed shot or an assist?
An assist, of course. At this point of the season, there are no bad plays. A foul at the other end on Sacred Heart. Who did they get? They got Julie Freschel. That's the bad news. The good news is that's only her second foul. She can play with abandon.
Kelsey Witt's long three-pointer from the corner baseline right side missed everything, but went right to Julie Freschel for the putback. That was sweet.
It'll be Sally Witt entering the game and Allison Weaver for the Irish. Kelsey Witt, Ashley Howard, and Julie Freschel stay in. Bring the ball in for Verhusen. She'll take it out top. Now Busboom with it. Back right side. Schlake for 3. It's off short. Rebound to Sally Witt. Look at Freschel on the left side. Can she get her the ball? She does. Comes down. Back out to Sally Witt. Drop. 15-footer. No. Rebound. Who's got it? Flynn fighting for her. Weaver it is. Excuse me. And finally, it's Verhusen with it. Boy, everything that goes up, it's a battle when it comes back down, isn't it? There's over and back. No call by the official. He must have said she didn't establish position. I didn't see it, Randy. Busboom missed it. Free throw rebound. Busboom falls down. The ball skips out of bounds. You tell it. I didn't see it.
Over and back, John.
Obvious.
Obvious. You can hear the crowd. Not only did I see it, 500 people in the gym thought.
I don't disagree. I just was looking the wrong way.
That was just the folks in green.
Yeah. On one side. Sally Witt ahead now. Howard to Freschel. Dribble drive. Baseline. Lays it up and in for 2 more. Freshel's starting to take over a little bit. It's 42-31. Trapped in the backcourt. Verhusen in trouble to Schlake. To Busboom. Up the floor. Fred behind. Freschel comes up, wins the race, slaps the loose. The ball's out of bounds.
Julie Freschel has just come alive. She's a one-man wrecking crew out there right now.
1:04 to go in the third. The Irish have their biggest lead of the night, 11 points. Freschel's going to get a breather of maybe, well, who knows, maybe a minute, maybe not.
Here again, Dennis Pritchard with an 11-point lead, 1:04 to go, can set those players. He's got the depth.
Cody Saposi back in the ball game. Freeman brings it in, and a foul, a reach-in call. If it's Allison Weaver, it's her third. It is Allison Weaver, but Randy, that's good. I mean, Allison Weaver, that's her third foul.
Allison spends them wisely, though. When she does foul down there, she prevents somebody getting an easy 2.
She and Flynn, they've got 10 to give tonight. So far, they've only given half of it. Under a minute to go. Little with it in the corner. Gets it to Verhusen, and Freeman looks flustered like they don't know what to do. Stolen by Allison Weaver. She's got 3 or 4 steals on the night. Gives it to Sally Witt. Dennis Pritchard says, girl, slow down. We'll get one good shot here. Witt to Kelsey Witt. Left side, Allison Weaver. Looking down the boulevard. Kelsey Witt traveled with the basketball. Boy, Called that in a hurry, didn't he?
And a whistle blew almost before Kelsey got her feet to the floor. 35 seconds on the clock, John. Third quarter, 42-31. Irish up by 11.
A baseball pass up the floor. Little makes the catch and missed it. She blew the chippy, and Sally with the rebound.
Ashley Howard there to cross her up a little bit.
Ashley went by. I thought she would not, just be an easy little 2-foot jumper, and it didn't go. Kelsey with the Sally with 20 on the clock. Allison Weaver with the basketball out to Kelsey Witt. Kelsey Witt driving on Schlake. Now picks up, goes right side. Sally Witt, 10 on the clock. Howard in the middle, dubs it to Weaver. Underneath, went up in a push foul. Allison Weaver hits the deck. There's 6 seconds to go.
Oh, that's not all bad, John. You put somebody to the line here. Oh, no, wait a minute. They'll just play it in, not yet shooting.
That foul is on Michelle Little, and that's number 4. And Randy tonight, she's got 6 points and has done the bulk of the rebounding for Freeman. Allison Weaver at the line, shooting a pair here. The first one's on the way. It's up, and it's in and out, no good. Team foul number 4 on Freeman this half. Sacred Heart has committed 2 fouls in the period. Allison Weaver will have another. She usually gets 1 out of 2. It's on the way, and it's good. 43-31, Sacred Heart by 12 points. Up the floor, Schlake fires it up off the backboard, in and out at the buzzer. A 12-point lead for the Irish after 3. We're back in half a minute on Sunny 101.3.
Get them up, move them out. They've backed up and moved. That's right. State Line Ag Services moved into their new building, located a mile south of the junction of highways 8 and 75, just south of Dawson. State Line Ag Service is your full-service ag retailer, offering personalized crop scouting, custom application of all kinds of fertilizer products, and carry a wide variety of seed and a full line of crop protection chemicals. Let them help you get your production up and cost down. Call Neil or John at 800-511-0928.
Sunny 101.3.
43-31, Sacred Heart up by 12 after 3 quarters. Randy, it's a long ways from over, but I don't think Coach Pritchard thought it would be this big a deficit already for the Falcons.
It'll be interesting now to see what the Sacred Heart depth can do for them here, going into the final 8 minutes with a 12-point lead, and Coach Pritchard able to set those girls, get them a breather here near the end of the third period. I'm impressed with Erica Flynn, but also with the play of the people coming off the bench. Kelsey Witt, the freshman out here, showing some good heads up. Just cool head basketball, doing a good job. Back to the original 5 starters as we go into the fourth quarter. O'Grady, Witt, Supposi, Freschel, and Flynn in the ballgame.
Schlake up the floor to a double team. Throws it and stolen underneath by Sally Witt. Ahead to Julie Freschel. 2 on 3. Cuts to the middle. Wheels down the boulevard, and a block foul on Busboom.
Well, either get out of the way.
Yeah, get out of the way. Dude ran over because she's coming through. One way or another, Freschel was going that time.
Julie Freschel kind of reminded you of her brother carrying a football as she went down the lane that time.
Busboom with it inside. The pass to Freschel. Leans, fires, it comes out. Freschel the rebound. Still underneath. It's knocked loose. Sacred Heart basketball. Yeah, she has a lot of the same attitudes Nate had.
I was keeping rebounds for a while, John, but then I got to watching the game.
Yeah, it's too exciting to keep stats. Inbound. Oh, that's a tough break. The pass came in a little bit low. Freschel got bumped hard, and the ball caught as she was trying to stop. Just caught between her legs, and she popped, I think. Tough luck. Schlake ahead to Busboom. Knocked away by Supposi. Get it to Cruzy. Back to Busboom to Schlake now. On the right side, it's up for Beerhusen. No. Rebound and a foul on Sally Witt for clearing out with the left arm. Sally Witt will pick up her second personal foul. Team foul number 3 on Sacred Heart.
7:24 to play in the ballgame. 43-31. Irish up by 12. We're live from Pawnee City, Nebraska tonight.
Bring it into Remmers. Missed it badly, and the ball bounds back out to her. Give it off, and now Schlake can't get it to go. Rebound Supposi, and it's stolen away by Schlake, and she's called for traveling. Good teams make a lot of athletic plays, and there's a whole bunch of good athletes on this floor. And sometimes that athletic ability gets you in trouble.
However this thing comes out, John, it's going to be a shame that one of these teams doesn't make it to the state tournament.
Sally Witt, bounce pass into Freschel. Give it back out to Sally Witt to O'Grady at the top of the circle. The 5 starters in for the Irish, and the pass tipped out by Cruzy. And the Irish have 6 varsity freshmen. Earlier this year, I know Freeman had 7. They've taken a couple of different roster players off here in the tournament. You're only allowed 12. Now Supposey at the free throw line for Sally Witt.
Tells you one thing, John, we're going to see some good basketball in the coming years out of these two teams.
Yeah, these guys will be sick of one another, that's for sure. O'Grady with a little hook pass to Sally Witt, drives in, draws the foul, and that might have been Remmers. If it is, that's number 3. Lindsay Remmers picks up her 3rd foul, team foul number 6, and Sally Witt will go to the line. 1 for 2 on the night. And she stepped it up tonight, Randy as well. She hasn't scored a lot, but she's made some terrific passes and done a good job underneath for being only 5'6".
Great look and assist.
Free throw up, and tonight, the way the weather is, I thought we might draw rain, but it didn't, and it went in.
Sally must like the mortar shot. Way up high in the air, and then drops it straight through.
There she goes. Up, and no, off the rim. No good. Rebound to Remmers. Get it out of there to Verhusen, and Freschel beats her back and stops the drive.
Biggest lead of the game right now.
At the other end, the shot up is no good. Flynn with the rebound for Sacred Heart. 44-31. Freeman went for the steal, came up empty, and Witt to Supposey, another layup and another assist for Sally Witt. 46-31, Sacred Heart by 15 points.
Beautiful pass by Sally Witt to get the ball to Supposey for the open layup.
And a foul on Katie O'Grady, and she injured herself when she went to the floor. We'll take a 30-second timeout on Sunny 101.3.
It's a great place for lunch. The Wagon Wheel at 120 West 16th in Fall City. Try their great daily lunch specials, like Sunny 101.3 manager's favorite, chicken and noodles every Thursday. It's hard to beat a lunch special at the Wagon Wheel, unless, of course, it's Friday or Saturday nights. Then the special is spiced shrimp or a fantastic prime rib. Great food, great prices, plus great specials for lunch or on Friday and Saturday nights. Next time you're hungry, take your family to the Wagon Wheel in Fall City.
Sunny 101.3.
46-31, the Irish by 15 points. The biggest deficit of the night for Freeman. Katie O'Grady is going to the bench, and that's one of the fouls, or one of the injuries you don't mind. It looks like a Charlie horse from here.
Late cramp in the calf. They rubbed it out in to replace her, Kelsey Witt.
Up the floor, Verhusen to Cruzy, dropped the ball. Who's got it? It's loose. It's in the hands of Little, who's back in with 4 fouls. And Kelsey Witt, who checked it, knocks it loose. A push foul from behind. Foul will be on Schlake. That's her 3rd foul, and it's bonus time for Sacred Heart.
John, Kelsey Witt just for a moment thought that she was being tagged for the foul. The look of disbelief on her face as she came up off of the floor, and then she realized it was going the other way. You can see the look of relief. Wow. Okay.
Oh, absolutely.
I'll do that.
Kelsey Witt will go to the free throw line, and Randy, she's one of the girls, you know, with the knee injury last summer. She's still gaining her confidence back in what she can and can't do with that knee.
Kelsey was 6 points so far tonight on a pair of trays that she got back in the second quarter.
Busboom back in now for Freeman as Cruzy checks out of the contest. Witt will fire. It's up, and it's no good. Freschel sliced in, got the rebound, leans back, fires, and hits it. She's got 15, and it's 48-31. Sacred Heart by 17. 5:50 to play. It's not over. Verhusen pushing the other way, all the way to the hole. No, but a foul on Erica Flynn. Well, now her and Allison have given up 6 of those 10.
Not hurting a thing down there, John.
Might as well make them go to the free throw line at this point.
Seems like when they do spend a foul, it's to prevent the sure bucket underneath, and why not make them earn it at the free throw line? 5:46 to play in the basketball game. 48-31, Irish up by 17 points.
Couple of new players into the game for Freeman. The free throw is up and good for Stephanie Verhusen. Ashley Mines is a 6-foot freshman in the ball game. Well, she was. She comes out. Remmers back in, and also in there is Neely Remmers, another 6-foot freshman.
First free throw of the half right there for the Falcons.
Second one up, no good, and the rebound to Cody Supposey. Sacred Heart by 16 points. Timeout, Sacred Heart with 5:41 to go. We're back in half a minute on Sunny 101.3.
A monument is a beautiful, lasting memorial, reflecting fond memories of a loved one. Clark Monument Company in Fall City can help you get a custom-designed monument that pays special tribute to your loved one. An artist will do the design, and you get a full-color picture back for your review, if requested. This way, changes can be made to your satisfaction before ordering. For a setting by Memorial Day, contact Clark Monument Company in Fall City at 245-2359. That's 245-2359.
Sunny 101.3.
5:41 left in this ball game. Sacred Heart leading 48-32, a 16-point lead. And boy, I tell you what, Freeman now, I mean, they've got to go hard as they can after every loose ball and fire their shots in a hurry.
It would take quite an effort to make up 16 points, but there are 5:41 to play here in the basketball game. That's a lot of time. We'll see how it unfolds.
And when you're the #1 team in the state, you expect to be able to score a lot in a hurry. We'll
Class
see.
D1 District Finals, a ticket to the state tournament on the line here.
Ashley Howard brings it in to Julie Freschel, and she'll go to Katie O'Grady, who's back in. Charlie Horst went away. O'Grady looking, got in trouble, and a foul on Schlake. That'll be her 4th foul. Team foul number 8, bonus time for Sacred Heart.
Falcons with 2 players in foul trouble now. Schlake has 4 fouls, as does Michelle Little.
Well, she walked over to the side like, no, she just knows she's coming out. All right. Oh, that's 5.
Well, I have it for 4 also.
I do too.
So does our friend on my left.
Well, so we were all
What do
wrong.
we know?
Maybe one of those we gave. No, they don't have a 54. They don't have anybody else with a 4 in the lineup. Well, Katie O'Grady at the line shooting. It's on the way. It's up and good. Katie O'Grady now 3 for 3 at the line tonight. The lead is 49-32.
And we're 0 for 3 at the score table. Even fouls.
Yeah. Up, no good, and the rebound to Busboom. Well, we'll call that 5 fouls. I could tell by the way she was walking over. She thought it was 5, and she knew too. Oh, well. Julie Freschel knocked it loose, and Busboom recovers it, gives it to Verhusen from 18. It's off the glass. No. Rebound, Remmers up. No. Rebound tip. Flynn kept it alive. Remmers got it, throws it up, counted, and a foul, I believe, on Erica Flynn.
Lindsay Remmers got the shot to go. That'll be 10 points for her in the ball game. She's in double figures now. She'll be at the line to try and complete the 3-point play.
Team foul number 6 on the Irish. No, it's on Julie Freschel. Julie picks up her 3rd foul. Free throw for Remmers is up around the rim, no good, and Freschel the rebound, outlet for Katie O'Grady.
At what point do you start to slow it down here, John?
Well, Coach Pritchard sitting on his knees, holding his hands out like, you know, don't do anything stupid. Play aggressive, but relax a little bit. O'Grady and Freschel work it out top, and Freeman has now switched into a man-to-man defense. They're going to have to go after some steals. Ashley Howard to Erica Flynn. Underneath Freschel, up and down. It's 2 more for Julia Freschel. 17 for Freschel. 1 away from her season average. It's 51-34, Sacred Heart.
Ashley Howard with a great assist there.
And a foul on Allison Weaver, reaching in to try to knock the ball away. Her 4th, and that's 17 fouls on the Irish. It's bonus time for Freeman now.
4:34 to play in the basketball game, and Freeman goes into the 1-and-1.
17-point lead. Busboom at the free throw line. 0 for 1 at the line tonight. It's on the way. It's up and good. 11 points for Busboom. 51-35 the score. Busboom ready. Eyes it, lets her go, and it's off the mark. No. Cruzy, the rebound for the Falcons, gets it out of there to Weston. To Busboom. Her shot is rejected by Freschel all the way in, and the Busboom takes her to the wall. That's a good play.
Yeah, Busboom just did what she had to do to prevent Freschel from scoring the easy layup. Nobody hurt. Put Freschel into the pad on the wall underneath the hoop. Irish fans didn't like that, of course, but hey, that's what you do in that situation.
But they got up and applauded. I mean, they understand it, and you can tell good fans used to watching good ball players. They know that's part of it. Busboom picks up her 3rd foul, and Freschel to the line for a pair. It's on the way up and good. 18 for Freschel now. It's 52-35, Sacred Heart.
She hits this, it'll be the biggest lead of the ball game. It would put the Irish up by 18 points.
And it's going to go. It's not going to go. It's going to be a foul this time. I know it's on Erica Flynn because she was the only white jersey there. So now we'll walk down to the other end, shoot another free throw, or maybe 2.
Erica Flynn's 3rd personal in the ball game. 4:26 on the clock, John. 52-35 Class D1 District Final. We're live from Pawnee City, Nebraska. You're enjoying the game on KLZA, Sunny 101.3 in Fall City.
Remmers at the free throw line. 2 out of 3 at the night. It's up and it's good. She's now got 11 points in the contest. 52-36. Supposi and Sally Witt in for the Irish, and Allison Weaver and Ashley Howard will sit down. Erica Flynn came out too. Who else went in there?
Kelsey Witt.
Kelsey. Lindsay Remmer is ready again. Looks at it, lets it go, and hits it. A dozen now for Remmers, and it's 52-37 Sacred Heart. Nearing the halfway point in the fourth quarter. Kelsey Witt to Sally Witt. Nobody on her defensively. Busboom is playing Freschel, and the Irish, they're going to turn it over here into the backcourt. Kelsey Witt and O'Grady playing a little delay game. The Irish had not ran that, Randy, till last week in the sub-district, and, well, it looked like it on that play. And now Verhusen up the floor, inside Busboom, leans in on Freschel, missed it. Freschel the rebound, ahead for Sally Witt, leading the pack up the floor, driving in, stops, shoots, missed it, rebound out to Katie O'Grady. Out to Kelsey Witt, and now the Irish are going to let the clock run if they can. Let's see. Supposi out there. Now Sally Witt backs up top of the key. No, they're going to look at it. She backs up and goes to Kelsey Witt. Freschel will pop out to the top, hold it there, fake the three, drives on Busboom, 18-footer, no. Rebound to Cody Supposi. Dennis Pritchard says, girls, look at the clock, I don't want that shot.
3.5 minutes to play, John.
Now Sally Witt will take it to Kelsey Witt. She'll stand in the circle at midcourt. Right side for Supposi. Supposi to Freschel at the top of the key. Left side, Kelsey Witt now against the man-to-man defense, and Sally Witt will take the ball as we near 3:10.
I'm surprised at the patience that the Falcons are showing here.
Yeah, they're down, 15 points, and they commit the foul. It's who, Busboom or Verhusen?
Verhusen get that one.
Verhusen picks up her second foul, and will be Katie O'Grady to the free throw line. There's not a lot of times, Randy, you just as soon send your freshman to the free throw line as anybody else, but I think in this case, that's a good choice.
O'Grady, 4 out of 5 from the line so far this evening, has 6 points.
That's the 10th team foul. She will shoot a pair here. It's on the way, and it's good. 53-37. O'Grady ready again. The second one on the way, and she nets them both. It's 54-37. Sacred Heart with the lead.
The freshman Katie O'Grady has 8 points now on the night, John.
Up the floor with the basketball, Verhusen into the front court. Take it right side, and traveling, yes, the call against Sherry Weston.
The Freeman Falcons starting to force the issue here a little now. They're forcing their shots, realizing they're down this much with 2:59 to go in the ballgame.
Sacred Heart, after their 5th consecutive trip to the state tournament. I always have to thank the girls for my little vacations.
Shell Little checks into the ballgame, replacing Lindsay Remmers. Little comes in. Remmers will set out. Little playing now with 4 personals.
Bring the ball into Freschel for the Irish. Busboom will guard her around the back. Into the front court she goes with the dribble.
Isn't Freschel fun to watch? Dribble the ball behind the back, just leaves people standing.
Now O'Grady with it to Kelsey Witt. The clock winds down. Kelsey Witt backing up, comes off to O'Grady. O'Grady standing there looking for help. Now in trouble with it. Gets it to Freschel down the boulevard. Dished it off, and it's stolen by Little. And now up the floor comes Busboom, and she's fouled from behind by Kelsey Witt, her second.
Another smart foul, John. Spend it right there, otherwise she has the layup.
Yeah, you knock the ball away. We talked with Coach Pritchard in the pregame show, and we talked about Julie because, you always talk about the seniors when you may get close to that last game of the year. And we thought, well, you never know, so we'll do it tonight. He said, she hasn't caused you quite the frustration level this year she has in years past. A lot of fouls, but she's playing well tonight. Free throw by Busboom is on the way and no good. And Ken Cook making some substitutions, bringing in Brooke Pardee, a 5'7" sophomore. 2:29 left. It's a 17-point Sacred Heart lead. Free throw for Busboom off the front. No, the rebound, and, yeah, good call. Two Sacred Heart players tied up for the jump ball there.
They're freshmen. Aggressive.
Yeah, so it's traveling. That's the call we thought we'd see earlier, but didn't. Now Remmers back in along with Weston for Freeman. Busboom will trigger it in for Freeman with 2:28 to go. Bring it in to Verhusen. Fires, missed it short. The rebound bounds back out to her off the glass. No. Remmers fires. It won't go. Busboom got the rebound. Trying to dribble out. Pushing Freschel away. Gets it to Verhusen into Remmers. Turns off the glass, and it's good. Remmers with 14-6 in the quarter. It's 54-39. The Irish still with a good-sized lead of 15 points. Kelsey Witt needs to get it across. Does now to Sally Witt. Sally Witt will stand out at midcourt. Nobody coming to get her. She's just going to stand there with it with the dribble. Now to Katie O'Grady with 1:51 to go. Freschel with it, and there can't be a more frustrating feeling in the world, Randy, than Freeman has known they can't do much about it.
Down by 15, 1:41 on the clock. At this point, it looks like the Irish on the way to the state tournament.
Kelsey Witt walking up the floor with the ball. Now to Sally Witt. Sally Witt working around the right side. Goes around a little, bounce pass into Saposi and gets a little layup. And Sally Witt's having a great night passing that ball.
I'll tell you, Saposi better buy Sally Witt a milkshake or something when this one's over.
Now Busboom to the front court. Stops and drops the ball. Got it back. Gets it off. And a shot is up short by Weston. And a foul on the rebound on Weston. Weston with her second foul of the evening. 56-39. Sacred Heart with the lead of 17 points, and they'll try to add to it again at the line. Katie O'Grady.
Cody Saposi with 9 points in the ball game, and she owes 8 of those to Sally Witt on the assist.
Yeah, that's not bad. We'll have to be sure. They probably didn't keep track. We'll have to tell them ourselves. Katie O'Grady at the line missed the free throw. She's now 6 out of 8 on the evening. I can live with 75%, though. Free throw shooting is really a lost art, isn't it?
Minute 10 left to play, John, in the basketball game. 56-39. The Irish up by 17.
Katie O'Grady ready. It's on the way, and it's good. 57-39. The Irish by 18 points. Never would have thought this.
Suppose he just tipped the basketball away from Danny Busboom, knocked it out of bounds.
Into the ball game now for Freeman comes Neely Remmers. Also in comes Ashley Mines, 2 freshmen, 6 pair of 6-footers, and Coach Cook's going to empty the bench. Coach Pritchard is firing off instructions to another bunch of players. There comes Ashley Howard and Allison Weaver into the ball game.
Now Coach Ken Cook conceding here with 1:07 to go in the ball game, and you'll hear the applause from the Sacred Heart Irish fans as the starters come off the floor. That's Julie Freschel going to the bench, and a little standing ovation across the way. Little standing ovation.
Yeah, both sides.
Standing ovation.
Both sides of the floor. Suppose he's the only starter left out there for the Irish. Into the game comes Nicole Simon and Cassie Picorni. 2 more good freshmen. In the hands of Nicole Buss for Freeman, and a foul on Cody Saposi. Knocking it loose, her second foul of the evening. Here comes Whitney Mers into the ball game for Sacred Heart, a 5'7" junior. She'll have to wait for the first free throw. Nicole Buss, a 5'7" freshman, at the line. Double bonus time. That's 10 team fouls on the Irish. It's on the way up and no good. And a few people in blue saying we're going to beat this crowd out of here a little bit. 1 minute exactly to go. Cody Saposi out. Whitney Mers in. She waving goodbye, I guess. Free throw on the way up and good. Nicole Buss gets one. It's 57-40. Sacred Heart with a 17-point lead. Up the floor, Nicole Simon into Allison Weaver. Lays it up and good. She's got 5 in the ball game. It's now 59-40. That's the most points the Irish have hung on Freeman this year. A block by Simon. Ball out of bounds. The shot is blocked.
Now you got a lot of reserves on the floor. Everybody wants to score, John. You're going to see the ball in the air.
Up into the game, Amanda Gruber, a 5'4" sophomore for Allison Weaver. Freeman will inbound it. Bringing it in to Neely Remmers, another 6-footer and a freshman. Shoots, misses it. Rebound, Amanda Gruber at 5'4", the smallest player on the floor, got the rebound in there amongst the 6-footers. Half a minute to go. Nicole Simon to the front court. Left side for Howard. Back to Simon. Looked at the 3 and then got a hop in there. And she looked at that 3 and said, you know, I'm pretty sure I can make this. Then said, no, Coach Pritchard's not that far away. good idea not to shoot it.
John, who would have expected a 19-point ball game with 20 seconds to go?
I figured we'd be hanging at the end just like last night. Up the floor into Neely Remmers. It's off the glass, in and out, no good. Rebound, a fight for it. Finally controlled by Freeman. A shot up, no good by Brooke Pardee. And the rebound on the miss to the Irish. Howard to Simon, 5-4. We're going to Lincoln next week on Thursday. Sacred Heart wins it. Final score, 59-40. 59-40, your final score. Sacred Heart wins their 23rd game of the season, defeating the Freeman Falcons. We'll take a 2-minute break and be back on Sunny 101.3.
A+ Heating and Cooling wishes the Sacred Heart Irish the best of luck. Let A+ help you with all your heating, cooling, and plumbing needs. Donnie, your local Armstrong Air dealer, promises you great service and rates you can afford, free estimates, and second opinions. Great products with outstanding warranties, such as their 5-year all-parts warranties on heating and cooling products, and commercial and residential professional service on all brands. Once again, best of luck to the Irish from A+ Heating and Cooling in Falls City.
You'll howl with excitement when you discover the specials on sale now through March at Wolf's Printing and Office Supply, like Canon Bubble Jet, Epson Inkjet, and Hewitt Packard Inkjet cartridges, both black and color, on sale now. Save on Weyerhaeuser First Choice Inkjet paper, and save 50% on 12 colors of Universal Premium Printer paper. Plus, save on special Hahn file cabinets and Canon calculators. Save now through March at Wolf's Printing and Office Supply, downtown Falls City.
Let's see, we'll need cabinets, countertops, tile, flooring, even a sink.
So where can we find all this at one place?
At Merritt's Quality Cabinets in Humboldt. They'll take our ideas and budget and design the kitchen or bath of our dreams. With their computer design service, we can see our dream room right before our very eyes. They carry a great selection of quality custom and semi-custom cabinets, plus countertops, flooring, even sinks.
So, honey, why did you choose Merritt's?
I always know quality when I see it. I married you, didn't I?
Merritt's Quality Cabinets in Humboldt, Nebraska.
Living life in the Spirit makes every day go a lot smoother. Shopping Life in the Spirit in downtown Falls City can help provide the inspiration. Parents, turn the kids on to Christian rock music. A positive message can do wonders. Also, Tom Osborne's new book, Faith in the Game, makes for great reading and a great gift. Undecided about what to get someone? Gift certificates are always appreciated. Shop Life in the Spirit in downtown Falls City. It's a good feeling.
Sunny 101.3.
John, I'm going to go take some pictures.
59-40 is our score. The final, Sacred Heart wins it, and they are going to the state tournament for the 5th consecutive year and trying to win the state championship for the 3rd consecutive year. And they just knocked off the #1 team in the state to get the return trip to Lincoln. So, Randy, once you get there, who knows?
Anything can happen. I'll tell you, it's a shame, though, really, that both of these teams can't be at the tournament. I got to say that we're happy for the Irish. Certainly, we understand the disappointment for the Freeman Falcons coming in here rated #1. They're a fine basketball team, and either of these teams would have represented this district very well in the state tournament.
Oh, absolutely. Let's take a look at the scoring here in tonight's ball game. First of all, for the Freeman Falcons tonight, it was 5 points for Jamie Schlake in the game, 3 for Stephanie Verhusen, 1 in the game tonight for Nicole Buss. Also tonight, 6 for Michelle Little, 11 for Danny Busboom, the freshman, and 14 for the senior, Lindsay Remmers, for Freeman. Scoring in the ball game tonight for the Sacred Heart Irish went like this. Ashley Howard had 1. 2 points for Sally Witt in the ball game, and she had a tremendous night passing the ball, dishing off to her teammates. 5 points in the ball game tonight for Allison Weaver. 6 points in the ball game for Kelsey Witt, a couple of 3-point baskets. 9 in the ball game for Katie O'Grady. 7 of those coming to the free throw line, and she goes 7 out of 9 at the line. 9 also for Cody Saposi in the ball game. 9 in the ball game for Erica Flynn tonight. She had a terrific night. I think the best game I've seen her play this season. Obviously, I haven't seen them all. But you couple the 9 points with a terrific job on the defensive end and a bunch of rebounds tonight. She had maybe her best night of the year. And leading the way, of course, the lone senior for Sacred Heart, Julie Freschel, had 18 points in tonight's ball game. Prussia with 18 leads all scorers in the ball game. Sacred Heart wins their 23rd game of the year against 2 defeats. Freeman finishes the year 21-4. Half of their losses coming at the hands of Sacred Heart. 59-40 the final score. Coach Pritchard's getting his picture taken with all the girls in the district trophy. They'll be over to visit with us a little bit later on. Right now, we'll take a 2-minute timeout and be back on Sunny 101.3.
Some charter, huh? Not exactly jumping in the boat, are they?
Guys, guys!
Hold on, Frank. Use both hands.
Oh, boy.
Don't get that, Frank.
You'll lose them.
Hello? Baxter! It's back!
Bring it overboard.
Yum, 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 yum.
Yummy seafood noodles, Grandcat.